Welcome to the Blue Devil pregame show. My guest, as always, Ron Marshall, head coach of the Blue Devils. And, Coach, it's kind of been a back-to-basics week for the Blue Devils in preparation for Riverdale.
Yeah, we went into this ball game. We want to go back to basics. We want to work on tackling. We want to work on blocking, and we want to work on our basic offensive plays and our basic defensive formations. It's a situation where that we feel like that we need to get better at the little things.
And we talked before we got on the air with this interview that I'd like to see us play a game to the best of our abilities, not turn it over, and then take our chances against somebody.
You're exactly right, Tommy. You know, I don't have a problem when our kids go out and give it everything they got, and it's easy for me to win or lose, walk off the field and feel good about them. And I just want to see us put a whole ball game together to where that we can take and say that we did do the best that we could do.
As you prepare for Riverdale, they had an injury in the backfield. They lost the Chesterfield kid to a busted-up shoulder. They move a Smith young man in from the wide receiver position, and Moose, he's taken off and really done a good job for Riverdale.
Yeah, in fact, I think he's better than the Chesterfield kid. He runs the ball hard. He reads his holes well, and he can fly. He's a good tailback for him.
And defensing a quick tailback on the turf is a tough chore.
Yeah, we're going over on the turf, and of course they're used to playing on the turf, and our kids are going to go over and play on it, and it's going to be a situation where we're going to have some adjusting as far as footwork goes at the beginning of the ball game, and it helps a quick back to the extent to where it increases his speed just a little bit because he gets a little bounce on that turf.
I noticed Matt Lassiter unable to go once again. Lanning gets the start at quarterback, and there have been a couple of little things you've changed around in the offense to take advantage of some things that Lanning does.
Yeah, Chad, it showed me last week he's mature and he can handle himself, and he's got a good football mind, and this is going to help him on down the road as far as reps goes, and I think he does a really good job. To be a freshman quarterback, he doesn't play like a freshman quarterback at all.
You got a couple of changes in that offensive line, the opportunity to give some guys a break. I know Edric Burns will be playing just on defense tonight, and you move Rye into the starting lineup as an offensive tackle.
Yeah, Rye will be playing left tackle, starting at left tackle. We'll still use Danny there some. Now, we will use Edric to spell David Marshall some, and he will have some playing time on offense, but he won't start there tonight because we want to have him fresh for defense to be able to take and anchor that middle of that defense. And our defense up front, nobody's running football up the middle on us yet. And if we can shut their trap down and their Redskins play down that they run, and then, of course, they've got a few little quirks here like the G and then the reverse, Statue of Liberty, those type of plays. If we can shut those down and shut their passing game down, stop them from running outside on us, people don't give us much of a shot tonight, but I do.
You talked to the kids, the last thing you told them Thursday before you left this field after practice, that we're going to put helmets on Riverdale.
That's exactly right. I mean, I told them they put their pants on just like we put our pants on, and they're the same type people we are. I've never had qualms going up against Riverdale. In fact, the last time we faced Riverdale on this field when I was coaching, we beat them 6-0, and we were the only team in the state to beat them that year, I believe, until they got to the Clinic Bowl.
Moose, good luck to you and the Blue Devils tonight.
I appreciate it, Tommy.
We'll be back with a toss of the coin after these messages.
The Ron Marshall Show was brought to you by Lebanon Heat and Air Conditioning, Greg Brothers Car Wash, Don Fox, Mayor, City of Lebanon, Gene Lancaster, A.G. & Johnson Realty, and First Insurance Group, your independent insurance agent. University Medical Center is proud to sponsor.
Tommy Bryan with you on the Blue Devil pregame show. Folks, they've already had the toss of the coin, and they slipped them out there before we knew exactly what was going on. So we're going to try to pick that up for you. We missed that. I see I don't know if that's a return team. Trent Thomas is on both of them. That's not much of a giveaway. Let's go through this Riverdale offense quickly. Wide receiver Ted Montgomery, left tackle Brian Travis, left guard John Davis, the center Billy Arrowsmith. He's a good one, 6'1", 248 senior. Joe Moose, MOOS, starts at right guard. Rusty Stevens starts at right tackle, and Andrell Cummings is another wide receiver. Mike Bankston, the quarterback, 6'2", 162-pound senior, is thrown for 485 yards and 7 touchdowns for the Riverdale Warriors. Rashad Watkins starts at the fullback. Marvin Smith is the tailback, 5'8", 154 sophomore, and the tight end is Ron Akins. Ron Akins, 6'2", 220-pounder. Lebanon will receive to start this football game. Deep to return is Trent Thomas for the Blue Devils, standing at his goal line, and kicking the football for Riverdale is Ted Montgomery. And here with the play-by-play call of tonight's game is Clyde Harville.
Okay, Tommy, thanks a lot. Good evening, everybody. Let's play football. Riverdale set to kick. Connor Barrett will kick it away, and it's going to go to Trent Thomas deep in the end zone. He's going to have to down it, and it'll bring out to the 20, and the Blue Devils will put it in play at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Blue from the 20. Lebanon won the toss, elected to receive, and Riverdale kicks off to the Blue Devils, and they'll put it in play at the 20.
Lebanon will operate with Lanning at wide receiver, Rye, Kemp, Robertson, Thomas, and Marshall from tackle to tackle. The tight end will be Greer.
Blue Devils send Lanning out as a wide receiver to the near side of the field. Ball in the middle of the football field. Chad Lanning underneath the center and gives out to the second man. Got a hold on the near side. Turns it at the 20, over the 25, out to the 26. Run out of bounds at the 26-yard line. Chris Britton carrying the ball. Picks up 6 on the play. Good-looking play by the Blue Devils as the left side of the Blue Devil line kind of wiped him out for Britton that time, and he had a lot of running room.
Lebanon in the backfield will go with Chad Lanning. We'll go with Bubba Ligon at fullback, Chris Britton at halfback, and the wingback is Aaron Pickett.
Lebanon, same set, 2nd down and 4 for the Blue Devils from the 26. Have to go to the 30. Chad Lanning, freshman, operating at quarterback. They give it to Bubba Ligon, and he's going to fight for 2 up through there to about the 28-yard line. And we'll pick up about 2, and it'll bring up 3rd and 2 as Bubba Ligon carries the ball in the middle for about a couple of yards. They put it just outside the 28-yard line, so it's actually a little bit less than 2 yards to go. It'll be 3rd down and a yard and a half.
The sticks, the yard markers, the first down markers are on the near side of the field. The first time I've seen that on the press box side of the field. It's a little bit different arrangement here tonight.
3rd and 2, we'll call it. Lebanon lines them up. Lanning, the freshman, under the center. And they give it to Bubba Ligon, and Lebanon jumped. I think it was the right guard who jumped for the Blue Devils. A little bit ahead of the count.
Trent Thomas trying to cheat on the snap count just a little bit. So instead of Lebanon looking at a 3rd and 2, Lebanon's going to be looking at a 3rd down and 7. Terry Stafford, you had a very interesting stat during our pregame about the scoring for Lebanon early in the game.
Tommy, Lebanon has not scored in the first quarter this season while giving up a total of 46 points themselves in the first quarter, which is actually more points than Lebanon has scored this season, which is 37.
And it's tough to win if you don't get off to a good start.
It's tough to win, and the Blue Devils need a big play right here. Lanning splits now to the short side of the field, or the far side, as the Blue Devils move north to south here at Horace Jones Field. Pitch out to the wide side. Over the 25, up to about the 29, going to be shy of the first down. I think it was Ligon carrying the ball on a pitch out. Did not make it, and Lebanon will have to punt the football away. He needed to get to the 30. He got to the 29, a pickup of 5 yards, but it wasn't enough, and the Blue Devils will have to kick it away.
Lebanon came with a double wing set and the speed option. Lanning takes the snap, comes right down the line of scrimmage, and reads the defensive end. He got on him quickly. He makes the pitch to Bubba, and he only gets 5. Ligon will go deep into punt formation for Lebanon.
Marvin Smith back deep to receive the punt for the Blue Devils. Good snap, plenty of time, gets it away, and it's a good one. Smith going to take it at his own 36. Heads for the far side of the field, and he gets away from one man. Flags are down. Smith coming to the near side, turns it at the 25, at the 35. Knocked down at about the 37, but check a flag at the 36-yard line on the far side of the field, and I think the Warriors will be guilty of a clip.
Clip or block in the back, something to that nature, as Smith, the return man, starts to his right and reversed his field, and before he could get very far, the flag came out. Terry, what about the kick and run back?
Tommy, the kick by Ligon from the 11-29 was fielded at the Riverdale 36, so that's a 35-yard punt. Looks like Riverdale guilty of a clip, so that's marked off from the 35 back to the 20, so that's where Riverdale starts their first possession at their own 20.
So the Blue Devils come out of that smelling like a rose. And by the way, if you're listening in and it seems like an awfully quiet broadcast, there's no fans on this side of the stadium. They're still working on this thing. Everybody's on the far side, so it will be kind of quiet tonight. Blue Devils sets their defense. Mike Bankston underneath, and will call the shots for the Riverdale Warriors. Pitch back to Smith, the tailback, trying to turn it. Lebanon had him blocked in, and he's going to be hit and dropped at the 20. No gain on the play, as the option to the tailback, Marvin Smith, and nowhere to run. So the Blue Devils defense that one real well. No gain, and it'll be second down and 10.
Chris Britton did a nice job of coming up and sticking his head in the sweep as the strong safety. That's his job, to take on that lead blocker. He doesn't get credit for the tackle, but he helped create that pile.
Now Riverdale going to send 3 receivers out. And Bankston in the backfield will have only Marvin Smith and Watkins, the fullback. Everybody else out. Bankston wants to throw. Holds a quick look in. Bounces off the shoulder pads at the 25. Lebanon had a defense pretty good. It would have been about a 5-yard gain, but no more if they made the tackle. The defense had that played pretty well, but the pass was just a little bit high and hits him on the shoulder pads, and he can't hold it. It's 3rd and 10.
Andre Logue locked up in coverage out there. The sophomore doing a good job working against the Riverdale wide receiver as Bankston and the Riverdale offense tried to connect on the slant route.
Riverdale again, now flags are down, and let's see what's happening here. I think Riverdale may be guilty of, well, let's see what it is. Riverdale retreating, expecting the penalty anyway, and let's wait till we get the signal.
Half of Riverdale's team is beyond the 30-yard line. And apparently they warned those guys. I don't know if that's going to be the call.
It's going to cost them 5 and set it back to the 15-yard line, which brings up 3rd and 15 now. So the Blue Devils, if they can come up with a good third down play here on defense, will be in good shape. Bankston sets them down with a long count. Bankston drops back, wants to throw. Fires long, got a man wide open up at the 40-yard line to the 45 to the 50, down 45, run out of bounds at the Lebanon 40. He was wide open. Nobody was within 20 yards of the guy. And all it was just catch the football. And making the grab was Quintez Burke. And Quintez was all alone.
Terry Stafford, what about that pitch and catch?
Tommy, from the 15, he's run out of bounds at the 11-42. A pickup of 43 yards by Burke. First down, Riverdale.
Burke again splits wide to the right side, and Bankston will set him down for the 1st and 10 in Lebanon territory. This team can strike at you quick. They give it to the fullback in the middle, and he's hit and jarred pretty good. He may have gotten a yard. He may have fallen forward for a yard, no more, as Rashad Watkins, I beg your pardon, carries the football, but he didn't carry it far up that middle, about a yard maybe. Not quite a yard on the gain. The ball is still just outside the Lebanon 41.
Bubba Ligon on the tackle for Lebanon as Riverdale tries to come with the trap.
The Warriors using the double wide out set now. Bankston sets his team down, looking at a 2nd and 9, and drops back, wants to throw, fires out on the flat near side, dropped the football. Right on the money, and he just wanted to run before he gathered it in. Making the almost grab out there was Andrell Cummins. And Cummins couldn't hang on to the football, so it'll be